All right, welcome back to Getting Sober ... again. And today I'm taking one of your questions. And the question is, when can I have a drink again? Or when can I go back to drinking? That might be something that you're wondering. And I would say my very strong suggestion in the beginning is to just not worry about that, because it's something that's on your mind a lot. The first thing you should be worried about, or the first thing that you should be concerned about, is the big first goal, in my opinion, is the goal or the milestone of when you'll stop craving alcohol. And then in the previous episode, I think it was episode number 39 or 40, whatever was right before this, I mentioned that for me, my cravings went away for alcohol in about 6 weeks. Which is not to say that it was crazy every day. Like I was in a really bad spot and I couldn't concentrate on anything. No, that's not what I meant. What I mean by the cravings going away is it was about 6 weeks when I noticed, oh yeah, I haven't thought about having a drink today. Because on day 1, I'm thinking about drinking. Day 2, I'm thinking about drinking. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. I'm still thinking about drinking in a lot in the first 2 weeks. And then that's about the time that it takes to start to sort of level out from some of the side effects of the alcohol, headaches, the fatigue, the brain fog, I feel like starts to go away in 2 weeks. I'm going to do a future episode, so look out for that, see what number this is. And in a future episode, I'm going to do a more in-depth analysis of the actual timelines in a more medical way of speaking. I know some of the episodes I do, I tend to just talk. These are vlogs for me to relate to other people and vice versa. So in the future, look out for that. It'll be milestones and timelines. It's sort of like one I previously did, but that was more vlog related. But so again, the question, when can I go back to drinking, or when can I have a drink? Whatever question you're asking. So in the beginning, just get to the first big milestone, which is, I don't think there's going to be a day, right? Like what day do you finally grow? What day are you finally the size of an adult? You know, who knows what day that is? Just one day you just stop growing, and then oh yeah, I guess I haven't had to buy clothes in a while, or new shoe. I guess I have been a size, 10 shoe or 8 or whatever you wear. I wear size 11 shoes. I was like, okay, I guess around 14, that was when my foot stopped growing, right? So, but in terms of alcohol, again, for me, it was about 6 weeks that my cravings went away. And that is something I think that's a more important question that you should be asking, not when can I have a drink again? Our journeys are going to be different. Everybody's journey is different, right? But when it comes down to, if you're still thinking about, can I have a drink again? My honest answer is, it's not time yet. It is not time to have another drink yet. If you're still thinking about it, it sounds like you're obsessing over it. And I've thought about that too. And that's why I make these episodes. The topics of these podcasts, of each episode, is something that I'm curious about. It's something that I research. I'll go to the gym. Luckily, I have the flexibility in my schedule to go to the gym. And a lot of times when I go to the gym, I'm listening to other podcasts that I like, but I listen to like medical lectures and things like that. And then things about alcoholism and addiction. And then I share what I learned with you, coupled with my own experience, right? So hopefully you choose me as your filter to the world of sobriety, and hopefully it's working out for you. Well, hopefully it's working out well enough for you. Comment below. But so if you're still thinking about whether or not I can have a drink, is it time? Can I have a drink yet? It's probably too soon. Once you get away from, the same thing too, like what if it was you just had a breakup and you're thinking like, well, can I get into another relationship now? Well, it obviously sounds like you're rushing it, right? The next relationship will come when the next relationship comes. When the next healthy, organic relationship. Now, if you're, spending your lunch breaks and your dinner breaks, swiping on Tinder or whatever, just rifling through people like they're consumeristic goods, then, maybe you have something else in mind instead of a long-term relationship. Maybe a very, very short-term relationship is what you're looking for. And if you're looking for a short-term relationship with sobriety, well, that's what I think most people's journeys are. They end up being a very short-lived run with sobriety. And so I've chosen to be sober. So just like a relationship with a romantic partner, if you break up with that partner, like breaking up with alcohol, and you're moving forward, and the question keeps being, when can I have another drink? Or when can I have another relationship? Well, it doesn't sound like you're approaching it in a very organic and a natural way, right? When you get to the point, I believe that, and also too, like my mom, she kind of came to the same conclusion. And, I worried about my mom. She had a liver ailment, we'll call it that. Nothing serious now. She's good. She's healthy. But I always felt like maybe I was influencing her to like, yeah, let's go get margaritas and whatever. Because, whatever. Margaritas are fun. They're great. They're fine. And then it was almost every time we'd go out to lunch or dinner, we'd have a bottle of wine or whatever. And I felt like I was a bad influence. I felt like I was the bad influence on everybody, growing up. And I kept myself together for the most part, except for a couple of incidences. But I always ended up being the bad influence on people. It'd be like I'd be the person that would drink the most, and then I'd also be like the designated driver. Not proud, not bragging, but I just handled everything the best, in my opinion, right? So moving forward, I want to continue to bring more people like you on board with this journey, and like my mom, and like some of my friends who still reach out, and they're trying to find a better balance. Do I think alcohol by itself is evil? Is it the devil? Is the worst thing on the planet? No, I don't think so. But for some people like myself, I have an addictive personality. Somebody told me that when I feel like somebody cursed me with that a long time ago. Somebody told me you have an addictive personality, and I was like, I don't think so. And it turns out they were right. And I remember that going back to when I was a kid. When we would my mom would buy me, my parents would get me, but my mom, she would do the grocery shopping. She'd give me a box of ice cream sandwiches, And so there's 6 ice cream sandwiches that come in a box of ice cream sandwiches. I was a chubby kid. And who doesn't love eating food, right? Sugar, stimulants. Sugar is, when you're a kid, that is your alcohol. We can't have alcohol. So the sugar industry gets their hooks into us and makes us lifelong users, right? And then once we get to a certain age, they're like, oh, what's the next stimulating thing? And then it's then it's coffee, right? And then there's the next thing. And then it's and it's alcohol. And then what's the next thing? Whatever, fill in the blank, whatever the next thing is for you. Maybe it's cigarettes, maybe it's weed, maybe it's something else. But we're always constantly wanting to alter our state, our physiology. And when I was a kid, I would get a box of 6, and in the first 2 days, my mom would go grocery shopping every week. And then in the first 2 days, I would eat 4. I would eat 2 on the first day, and I would eat 2 on the second day. And then I would have the other 2. So the last 2, I would slide them up in the box. So if you'd open the freezer, it would look like it was still full. Right? I would rotate the stock in grocery store terms. If you or stock in a grocery store, comment below. But you bring the stuff in the back, when people pick out the stuff in the front and it looks empty, you move the stuff forward, you rotate the stock. So I would do that in my in the freezer to make it look like I hadn't eaten 4 ice cream sandwiches in a day or 2, right? Whenever I get a bag of Funyuns, I'd eat the whole bag of Funyuns. I just wanted the texture, the crunch, the sugar, the salt, the fat, the stimulation. I always have seconds. I'd always have a second helping. I always wanted more. I just want more all the time. And that still follows me now. Even I was commenting to somebody I'm addicted to quitting now. And so now I'm just oh, what else can I quit? I'm gonna quit watching things. I'm gonna quit drinking things. I'm gonna quit smoking things. I'm gonna quit whatever. Still doing the caffeine though. But I can get addicted to anything. to hobbies. I'll just pile it on. I'll get so addicted to hobbies that like, I'll get addicted to the process of getting myself set up and situated to do the activity. And that by itself is enough for me to just say like, all right, I'm good. I don't even want to do the thing anymore. Like painting a picture, for example. I'd get addicted to like getting all the paints and the paint supplies and the knives and the brushes and the canvas, and I get the canvas and the gesso and I prepare the canvases and I go through all of that setup and preparation, and then that would be enough to get my fix. Like I felt like I was doing something, which is active procrastination. If you watch my other channel by any chance, if I remember, I'll put a link up there, which goes to my JPod podcast about procrastination. But so hopefully, I know I've answered the question, but hopefully it's good enough answer for you, which is, when can I have a drink again? It's going to be a personal choice for you. And for me, I think I mentioned a couple other videos. Maybe I'll have a drink for Christmas. So that'll be well over a year from my quitting time, my quitting date. I mean, if I feel good, like my next goal is like I want to believe, like we want to believe that we're going to feel great. We're going to feel all this energy, right? Our anxiety is going to lower, depression's going to lower, our belly fat's going to, go down. We're going to start to look better. Our skin's going to look better. Like my skin's looking better. Like my hair's looking better. Like I'm getting some of the physical aspects of it. But like I'm still not completely in this fantastical situation where I feel like I'm just this glowing ball of radiant light, which I feel like I think that we want like some big trade-off, because we feel like, well, I used to party hard and it was just high fives and body surfing all day long, and well, if I'm going to quit drinking, then I want something to replace that. I want to body surf on being high in life. And so that's kind of where I want to get to, right? And I'm not there yet, but I think part of being in this community and doing this channel and learning more about my personal health and helping to influence others, that will create that for me. And part of the sobriety journey is finding good and healthy replacements for the alcohol, for the time that you spent on the alcohol and for the money that you would have wasted on alcohol. Now, what can we do with that money instead? So whenever you think it's going to be better for you, or whenever you're not thinking about it anymore, and maybe if it's just a casual, maybe it comes up, it's a dinner time situation, it's an actual celebration, it's an actual event, it's an actual milestone. Somebody's announced that they're getting engaged and you had no idea they were going to get engaged, or somebody, they proposed, just like, wow, let's celebrate, let's have a drink maybe, right? Or maybe you get the big raise and the promotion that you've been working on so hard by being sober, that you ended up learning a new skill, getting a new certification to get the new job, the new position, maybe something like that. But if you can have a drink, I don't know that I can have a drink, because once I have the one drink and I get that buzz, I want another drink. I want to get I want to get that super buzz. And then I want to keep the buzz going. So that means constantly, a beer and a shot on the hour, every hour, a beer and a shot. That's what I need to keep that buzz going. And I know that's a waste of my money. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of my energy. That's me waking up. That's me that night eating shitty food. That's me waking up late waking up hungover and late with like zero zest for life the next day and feeling disappointed in myself. And it's been like seeping into my dreams that like a couple of times I've dreamt about having a drink and I felt really bad about it. And that's also another indicator. If you're having dreams that you're drinking and you feel bad about it, then stay with it. Stick with the sobriety. It's nice that the drinking can seep into your subconscious and give you an accurate feeling with regard to what you would experience had you broken your sobriety. So that's going to be all for today. Feel free to comment below. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and like this video so that other people can find it. It'll help me out. And then comment below any information that you think is helpful or relevant, any constructive criticism that you have, any nice things that you want to say. Feel free to comment below. all the time. I always take the time to message everybody back and respond. So that's all for now. Good luck on your journey. Take care.